Ah, the swamp area. So this is the third world realm, whatever you whatever way I put it. Just note that when I do split parts of these clips up, they will be just a continuation on. There'll be like no intro in between, and just to introduce the separate clips altogether. It just makes the area not area what? It just makes it easy just to keep the narrative going, because I am about like an hour and 26 minutes deep into talking about the experience of this whole game and all that, so you're just gonna have to just bear with it. Now this next boss battle, remember it all too well. Remember it all too well. Butcher's Bothy. Yeah, this thing didn't have a shadow gate, it just had an open doorway. For now. Oi! Put some pants on. And here we go. Bam. Oh, I see my target. Shoot in the ass. Point and shoot. Maybe go back. Now this boss battle did one of the most annoying things, either just throwing a damn hammer right there, or start swinging it around and then just start doing like a whole, oh ouch. We'll just start doing like a whole circular motion. When it started doing that, it really reminded me of, what game was it that had that circular motion? Crash Bandicoot 3 Warp. And you had to face when Aku and Uka faced each other, and they ended up creating like a rave tornado, if you will. Oh, look at that, shoot in the ass. What? What, you thought I was going to show you the whole boss battle? Thought just because I made a weird cut? Well, I can definitely tell you this. I forgot to damn well record the damn thing. After we got defeated quite a few times facing that boss, I ended up getting way into wanting to kick its butt. That when we eventually finished it off, I forgot to record the damn thing. Now this is the swamp mother. Rookie move on my part, but hey, it goes but worked. Now this is the swamp mother lady that I was talking about, where I got the scythe from. Quite however many videos back.
We knew our eyes did not deceive. Return often, cleaner.
And she just asks us what to bring back the swamp beast's heart. Either bring it to her or the Undying King. Later on, since Chrissy gave me the option to choose whether we should give it to the Undying King or her, I chose her because we ended up getting like way more stuff.
What way are we heading off to?
In terms of like armor and a few other things, so I chose that option because it was a lot more easier. Because, you know, more shit the better. Also, I would like to point out, in this part, this is when we end up becoming, what was a duo, now a trio. Now there's another guy, Chris, and he's played this game quite a lot, and he had a lot of, he knew most of the ins and outs of this game, but he hadn't really managed to collect nearly everything, which was part of his mission too. Chrissy met him first and then introduced him to me and then we all ended up getting together, playing through this game. Oh and man,
that is a winning.
it was a good time. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. Ouch.
It was I really enjoyed it because there's a lot of info that he brought to the table, and just from learning quite a few things from him really helped out.
Krissyrulez needles that come out the hole.
This boss was very annoying to face, but I'm really glad that this time that there were three of us to face this thing off. Chris eventually does defeat him,
Oh,
since he had like the way more experience, and we just keep getting our butts whooped. So I was glad with that. Now the reason why I say that I actually enjoyed learning a lot from this guy is because in another boss battle, you notice you end up seeing that my character goes through another change. He does keep the same shotgun and hunting pistol. In terms of what he wears, is what ends up is what I end up using for the majority of the game afterwards. Changing so a change in look,
you're welcome.
armor wise, clothing wise, I mean, just all of that, and the melee weapon
Yeah.
that he ends up using. Ah, that's where we died. Whoops.
Yeah, it was actually we were actually pretty close to beating it.
Yeah, so this part here. Is this where I changed it? Yeah, it is. This is the part where I change everything. So the armor that I end up chucking on, known as Leto's armor, it takes, let's just say it's hearty. It takes punishment really well. I actually acquired this armor when I was playing my spare time back in the city level with a bunch of other people. Because the thing about this game is that even when you re-roll your campaign and play it through again, it's never the same. So say your first playthrough is the bosses that you'll encounter on that playthrough. If you ever play it again, from like start to finish once more, then the encounters that you'll get will be completely different from your first experience of the game. So when I explain it like that, the way that I got this armor was joining in on someone else's playthrough, and during their exploration, they end up finding a basement that has a teleportation device, teleportation chamber in it, that eventually leads to a room that has this armor in it. And this ends up being the armor that I use. Oh man, that sucked glitched. And this ends up being the armor that I use for the rest of the game.
Why would it let me fucking revive?
Like, yeah, it's a beast. and it really suited my play style because I wanted something that could take a lot of punishment, but also, yeah, I try to dodge, but I eventually learned that you need a trinket slash ring and fan just to actually be able to use the dodge roll maneuver in this armor. Thankfully I change it in a boss battle later on after this one. So this is where I go and save Chris. And then that's where I get my butt whooped. And then he goes in and man, he deals some damage to that barbed terror. Kick his butt, man, kick his butt. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go for it. Oh, there it is. There it is. A few more shots into him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, there it goes.
Shot.
Look at that.
Oh, okay.
That was brilliant. And he ends up reviving Krissy, then Krissy revives me. And then we make our way to the next segment. Ah. This is where I change my melee weapon. So, from here onwards, this is the rest of the setup that I use. I've changed my cycle to a fire sword. Now that fire sword, I previously mentioned a boss battle called the Singe, a dragon type creature that had a weak spot in the center, where if you shot it, you stopped it from breathing fire. Now, when you break the tail off that dragon, it ends up becoming a weapon mod that you take to the grumpy bitch, and you end up getting that fire sword from it.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And it does deal burning damage very similar to the shotgun that I use here. This weapon mod on. And I must say, this boss battle was pretty intense. Really with one but two on each side. So it's tricky to
That one.
when you're facing one side and then the other side just starts attacking you from behind. That's what I meant by that dodge roll. I didn't have that thing on. My character would be dodging by doing a half-ass 5-star frog splash.
Oh, definitely got me.
Oh yeah. When it shoots some of those orbs or whatever things that creature does, it does corrode your armor rating. So what I mean by corroding your armor rating is that when you take hits, it'll deal a lot of damage to your health.
Ow.
So you end up having to find a potion just to get that whole status effect away, and then do what you can just to lay into it.
Ow.
Like that. Cool. The magical ability is doing that. Would that be a spear that it's using, or a wand? I think it's a wand as well, I don't know. But this is the creature that we have to get the heart for the Undying King for.
Got it.
Or the Swamp Mother.
Have you the heart? How
we returned to the Undying King
For your sake,
after we gave the
you shall attend to me.
swamp creature's heart to the actual swamp mother. Now this dude is absolutely pissed that we didn't give it to him. Quite frankly, I don't care. I had a funny feeling we'd end up fighting him anyway, so you know, there's all three of us, and we're going. We're just going.
What's that? I don't know. It shows up differently on my screen.
Nice shot.